did they ever get steak?
No. And I'll tell you why, because this is actually based on a steak restaurant called the Beefmaster Inn, and I wrote it because I saw the sign. I'd never been there, and I saw this sign, and it's in this really rural part of North Carolina, and there's like a medieval cartoon character on the sign that looked like it was from the 70s. So this has to be the backdrop. And I showed up on the day of the shoot, and they had demolished it and like replaced it with the worst looking, like it looked like a place you'd go get gravel for your driveway. So I drove around the town as quick as I could, and I've like never been to this part of North Carolina, and found this Jesus Saves Me mural. I was like, all right, that'll do. It's southern enough.
So great brother-sister chemistry there. How did you cast your co-star?
I met her on a musical that was done by a high school teacher, and she had cast her entire senior class to be in this musical, and I found this job on Craigslist and just went to be like an extra in it. And I like followed her on Instagram, I think, this actress, and she didn't really pursue acting, but she got really into this dance called shuffling, which is what she's doing here. And I don't know anybody who's like a part of that culture, so I was like, this is really interesting. This is so far removed from like anything that I'm a part of. And I always wanted to like put her in a role doing the shuffling dance, and it just felt right to like, it felt like a sibling sort of thing, where like, okay, well, here's somebody doing it that's completely different, and just like pissing off the other one the whole time. Mm-hmm. And she was great. I think this is only the second film she's ever acted in. I was very impressed.
Questions from the audience?
I like the economy statement of it. It felt like it quickly expressed. It kind of felt like what's his name? He did it's like a short southern sort of stories, like where he was playing something really quickly. I was wondering about maybe about doing something short that kind of expresses this kind of lapse in time. You really know it just as those subtle moments that shows motorcycle vehicles are the amount of time that don't love any of those things. Certain subjects. I just want to
I really like short films. I really do. And yeah, I think it kind of said everything that I really set out to say, and didn't really want to say any more than that. I mean, the script was only like 2 pages or something. But I was actually thinking about developing this into like a feature, and then I talked to a programmer at this last festival I was at, and she was really nice. I really enjoyed your short. I don't think I'd like if it was longer though. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. And then maybe I'll just
Prove her wrong.
could.
So what is this town you showed?
It's a town called Wilson in North Carolina. And its only claim to fame is it's where Truist Bank is from. Are there any Southerners here? Truist Bank used to be BB&T, and then it merged with, can't remember the name. But yeah, it's just
Yeah. Oh,
a
who are those guys looking at you from inside the garage?
Yeah, they were actually working and on break, and I didn't actually talk to them. I should have. They looked really interesting, and I'm sure we looked really crazy. But it's kind of fun in the South. Everybody's really excited whenever they see a camera. So there were a lot of people who were like, the guy who painted the Jesus Saves mural was actually behind his building putting lawnmower motors in golf carts, and he came out and he was like really excited about what we were doing and was telling me all these stories, and I wanted to put him in the film, but we were just so tight on time. We did it all in like 4 or 5 hours that I realized being there, like this was what was missing from my whole writing process. It was like the environment was creating the story better than I could. And if I had more time, I would just spend it with everyone there and trying to write them into maybe like an Altman-esque sort of film. Like, look at all these stories of like all these interesting people.
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, I love all of them. I love all of them.
That's really interesting because that's kind of Pete Oz that did the True Beauty Bing by a Tick. That's
Yeah.
kind of his process. You know?
Really?
He just goes and starts shooting and sees what.
Is he here?
He's here. I don't know if he's here, but he's here.
He's my roommate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you
so
should.
we were talking about like just our kind of our process, but I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's up next for you?
I don't know. I really want to write something with me and Autumn, and I don't know if it's going to be these characters, but it'll probably take place in the South, and it'll probably be longer. I really want to do a feature. I'm scared, but I want to do a feature.
I believe you.
Thank you.